Hi, in this video I am going to explain distribution of overheads. What is the meaning of overheads? Overhead means indirect expense. In an organization, generally all the expenses are classified into two categories. The major categories are two things. One is direct expense, another one is indirect expense. The indirect expense in the form of indirect material, indirect labor or indirect expenses. So all the expenses, indirect expenses combinedly called as overheads. Overheads can be classified into different categories like factory overheads, office and administrative overheads, selling and distribution overheads. These are the different types of overheads. So in this video I am going to explain distribution of overheads. Okay, before we go for the problem, let me explain the difference between allocation and apportionment. See, allocation means certain items can be easily allotted to a particular department where the particular transaction is related to the particular department. In such case, you can directly enter the full amount into the particular department. Why? Because the particular transaction, that particular item, that is the particular expense is related with that particular department only. In that case, you can directly allocate the particular expense into the particular department. So this is called as allocation. Whereas apportionment means that is a distribution of overheads. Distribution means apportionment. Apportionment means where you cannot enter the entire transaction in one particular department. Why? Because the particular expense is not related with only one department. That expense can be applicable to all the department, both production department as well as department. In such case, you need to apportion. Apportion means distribute the expense in an equitable basis, and after distributing the amount, after calculating the different amount, each and every component will be recorded in each and every department is called apportionment or distribution. The distribution can be done in two different methods. One is primary distribution, another one is secondary distribution. Primary distribution otherwise called as apportionment. Secondary distribution otherwise called as redistribution or reapportionment. So in this video I am going to explain only distribution of overheads, that is primary distribution or apportionment of overheads. In the next video I'll explain redistribution or reapportionment. So let us see the problem. See, James company has 5 departments A, B, C, D or producing department, and E is a service department. So two different departments are there. First one is production department. In production department there are 4 divisions are there. In service department only one department is there. Altogether 5 departments. The actual cost for a period are as follows. So these are the actual expenses is given separately. Repairs, total repairs 4,000, rent 5,000, depreciation 2,400, supervision 4,000, insurance 1,000, employees liability of employees insurance 600, lighting, that is light expense 900 rupees. So these are the total expense incurred for the particular month. So now the following data are available in respect of the 5 departments. See, these are the various expenses related to a particular month, and apart from that they have given some additional information regarding each department separately. Area square feet. So department A occupied 150 square feet, and department B 120, C 100, D 80, E 50. Number of workers in each department is given: 30 employees, 25, 20, 20 and 10. Total wages: Department A 20,000, B 18,000, C 12,000, D 10,000, E 5,000. And value of plant. In department A we have one plant. Now the value of plant is 25,000, B 20, C 15, D 10, E 6,000. Value of stock. In department A 18, B 15, C 10, D 8. There is no stock in department E. Why? Because it is a service department. So these are the 4 production department. So where we require stock, but in service department we need not have any stock. So these are the information regarding 5 departments, and with the help of the above information they ask you to find out apportionment of cost to the various departments on the equitable basis. See, so these are the expenses. We cannot directly enter the 4,000 repair cost to one particular department. For example, repairs 4,000. No, you cannot record entire 4,000 to department A. In the same way, how much amount they are paid as rent? 5,000. You cannot enter 5,000 in department C, because you are paid rent for the whole factory. Okay, in that factory we have 5 departments. So you need to distribute, you need to apportion each and every expense into 5 different departments. Okay, on an equitable basis. So we need to follow some base in order to distribute, in order to apportion each and every expense into different department is called apportionment. Before we solve the problem, let us see what are the various bases of apportionment is available. Based on that, you can easily apportion all the expenses into different departments. These are the bases of apportionment. Based on this, you can easily solve this problem. For example, factory rent. So the rent is paid based on the area. You need to find how much area occupied by each and every department. So based on the area occupied by the department, you can apportion the factory rent. Power. So power can be kilowatts per hour. Based on the consumption of each and every department, you can allocate, you can apportion the expenses of power. Depreciation. Usually depreciation will be calculated for asset, that is the plant. Okay, based on the value of asset or value of plant, you can allocate the depreciation to different departments. Indirect material. So based on the direct material used by the different departments. In the same way, indirect wages can be apportioned based on the direct wages. Okay, and repairs to plant. So based on the plant value, you can apportion the repairs to different departments. Lighting. So lighting can be divided based on the either light points or floor area. Which one is available in your problem? Based on that, you can apportion this particular expense. Then supervision. So usually this expense will be apportioned based on the number of employees in each department. And then fire insurance of stock. Okay, usually in organization they need to take insurance, fire insurance against the risk of fire. Okay, so this will be distributed based on the stock value for each and every department. Then fire insurance of asset, capital asset. So this expense will be apportioned based on the value of capital assets. Then ESI or Provident Fund contribution of employer. So there will be two types of contribution. One is employee, that is employee own contribution. Another one is employer contribution. So employer contribution is an expense for the organization. Okay, so this expense will be apportioned based on the wages of each department, not based on the number of employees. So this contribution is based on the wage. Okay, the wages of each department. Then labor welfare expense. So this welfare expense will be apportioned based on the number of employees. Then general factory overheads can be apportioned based on labor hour or direct wages. So any general factory indirect expenses can be apportioned based on the labor hours or direct wages. So these are the basis of apportionment. With the help of this, you can easily solve the distribution of overhead problem. For apportionment, you need to have column like this. The first column for expenses. So what are the expenses given in the problem that you have to write here, and you have to write the basis. On what basis the particular amount you are going to split to various department. The particular transaction, the particular expense, how you are going to divide, on what basis, that you have to write here, and you have to write the total amount, and the split up will be written here. So we have two departments now. One is production department, another one is service department. In production department we have 4 departments, A, B, C and D. In service department only 1 department is there. Altogether 5 departments are there. Now how we are going to allocate or apportion each and every expenses to various department, that you have to show with the help of this format. Repairs, how much? 4,000 right here. Okay, so now repair 4,000 rupees is there, no? How we are going to allocate the 4,000 or apportion the 4,000 to different department? On what basis you are going to divide? That you have to show here. So repairs. So repairs will be apportioned based on what? Here some information is given in the problem. No, area. Okay, just check whether the repair can be allocated based on the area. No. Number of workers, total wages, value of plant, value of stock. So these are the information is given for apportionment. You have to apply the correct basis for each and every expenses separately. So just see repair. On what basis you can allocate? Value of plant, because the repair is incorporated with the value of plant. Okay, so you can apportion that particular expense based on the value of plant. Plant value. So what is the plant value ratio? Just see 25,000, 20,000, 15,000, 10,000, 6,000. You can derive the ratio, that is 25 is to 20 is to 15 is to 10 is to 6. So based on this you can divide the 4,000. Now find the total. 25 plus 20 plus 15 plus 10 plus 6. So what is the total? 76. No. Now 4,000 into 25 divided by 76. What is the value? 1,316. Okay, if it is point, you can convert. 0.5 means you can convert into 6. For example, 1,315.6 means you can convert the 5 into 6 whole number. You can round off the value. Okay, the next. What is the second one? B, department B. 4,000 into 20. 4,000 into 20 divided by 76. What is the value? 1,053. Then for C, 4,000 into 15 divided by 76. 789. Then for D, 4,000 into 10 divided by 76. 526. For E, 6 is there, no? 4,000 into 6 divided by 76. 316. Now just get the total. Just see whether it is equal to 4,000 or not. If it is not there, means you can easily round off any one value to get the exact 4,000. So repair we have entered, and second one rent, how much? 5,000. Rent 5,000. So on what basis you will apportion this particular expense? So we have some information regarding different department. No, just see the term rent, which is related with the area of square feet. That is each you will pay rent based on the area occupied by the organization. You will pay rent for the area, for the place. Okay, so this expense can be apportioned based on the area occupied by each and every department separately. Okay, so 15 is to 12 is to 10 is to 8 is to 5. 15 is to 12 is to 10 is to 8 is to 5. Just get the total. 15 plus 12 plus 10 plus 8 plus 5, 50. So 50. Here 76. Okay, now just calculate 5,000 into A. Department A is 15. No, 15 by 50. 1,500. For B, 5,000 into 12 by 50. 1,200. For C, 5,000 into 10 by 50. 1,000. Okay, for D, 5,000 into 8 by 50. For E, 5,000 into 5 by 50. Now depreciation. How much? 2,400. So on what basis you are going to apportion? Just check. The term depreciation is related with the value of plant, because depreciation is a permanent loss of asset. The value of asset goes on decreasing because of depreciation. Okay, so the depreciation can be apportioned based on the value of plant. Plant value. So what is the ratio? Already we have calculated, no? What is the ratio? 25 is to 20 is to 15 is to 10 is to 6. Total 76. Based on this ratio, you can apportion 2,400 into different departments. 789, 632, 474, 316, 189. You have to round up the value. Next expense, supervision. How much? 4,000 is there, no? Just write supervision. How you are going to apportion this expense? Just see the apportionment. So which one is applicable? For supervision, area is not applicable. Total wages not applicable. Value of plant also not applicable. Value of stock also not applicable. So which one is applicable? Number of workers. The supervision is applicable to number of workers. So based on that only you will supervise. 30:25:20:20:10 basis number of workers. 30:25:20:20:10. Find the total 105. Just apportion 4,000 into 30 divided by 105. 1,143. Then 952. Then 762. 762. 381. Insurance. Okay. So the term insurance is applicable to value of stock. They will take insurance to protect the value of stock. Okay, if there is any fire accident occurs in the premises, they can get the claim from the insurance company. So usually they will take insurance against the stock. The expense insurance is applicable to value of stock. So based on this, you can divide the particular expense to different departments. And this particular thing is not applicable for service department. So you cannot apportion the particular expense insurance to service department. Why? Because the value of stock is there only in 4 production departments. So you can apportion the particular expense only for 4 production departments. Insurance. Stock value 1000. 18:15:10:8. For E, no. Okay, just get the total 51. Just apportion 1000 into 18 by 51. What is the value? 353, 294, 196, 157. For E, no. Next expense, the employer liability of employees insurance. So this is also one of the expense which will be payable by the employer. It is the employer's liability. So this will be apportioned based on the wages. Based on the wages, not based on the number of workers. Why? Because they'll take insurance based on the wage. Okay, so this expense you can apportion based on total wages for each and every department. Employers liability of employees insurance. How much? 600 is there, no? On what basis you are going to apportion? Wages. 20:18:12:10:5. What is the total? 20 plus 18 plus 12 plus 10 plus 5, 65. So with this you can allocate this expense. 185, 166, 111, 92 and 46. Next one, light. How much? 900. How you will divide? On what basis you will divide? Just see, the term light is applicable with the area, the square area. How much of area occupied by different department. Based on that, you can apportion the expense of lighting. Based on area. How much? 900. No. So what is the ratio? 15:12:10:8:5. Total 50. Just multiply and find the value. 270, 216, 180, 144 and 90. Now get the total. Just find the total for total expenses, which is here recorded in this column. 17,900. Then department A, 5,556. Then 4,513. Then 3,512. Then 2,797. Then 1,522. After finding the total for each and every department separately, once again you can cross-check with this total value. Just find the total for 5 departments. 5,556 plus 4,513 plus 3,512 plus 2,797 plus 1,522. What is the total? 17,900. So it is equal. I hope you could understand this concept clearly. In the next video, I am going to explain reapportionment of overhead. Thank you.